So I took advantage of that, you know, and I got involved in a lot of different things. And, you know, I came upon a scam. I'll tell you what happens, Mike. There was a guy, Italian guy around me, right? He kept coming to me. He had a couple of gas stations on Long Island. He had like a wholesale operation. So he comes to me and he says, Mike, he says, you know, I got these two guys from another family that keep trying to extort me. He said, you got to help me out. Because I was kind of the guy on the island when I moved out there. I did some research on this guy and I found out that he had testified in a case, a civil case against the governor's brother at the time. So I didn't want to have anything to do with him, right? He kept coming back, kept coming back. He said to me, listen, if you help me out, I got a way to defraud the government out of some tax on gasoline. So he got my attention, right? I hated the government. So I said, well, explain it to me. So he tells me this little thing. I said, all right, we're going to go into business together. I said, I want to form a new company. That's it. So I get rid of the two guys that were bothering him. I didn't get rid of, you know, I made them go away. And I put this guy, Vinny, around me. I had a guy around me. He was a big guy, right? He was a butcher. Big scar across his head, a real, you know, gnarly. Yeah, a real 4x. I says, Vinny, watch this guy, Larry. Let's see if he's got something. Tell me what he's got. About 2 weeks later, he comes to my house on a Saturday. He used to bring me meat every Saturday. He was my butcher. And he's got a box on his shoulder. And he rings the doorbell.
You're hoping it's money, right?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, what are we doing with all this meat? We having a party or something? I don't know about it. He says, hey, Chief, come into the kitchen. It ain't meat. He puts the box on the table. He opens it up, $320,000. He said, this is the first week's take in the gas business. Smelled like gasoline, right? I didn't care what it smelled like at that point, but he got my attention. So what happened, Mike, over the next 8 years, I took that from $320,000 that week to almost $10 million a week. We had about 350 gas stations.
So how many people were getting that money? How many people did you have in your crew that was getting that money?
Well, you know, I was supporting a lot of people, the guys at work, and I was kicking up to the family. I was giving them $2 million a week. You know, you got $2 million a week. It buys a lot of loyalty, as you know. You know what I mean? So
I would think, hell yeah, I would say, go ahead, man, do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know. And so they made me a captain in 1980. They elevated me to that position. And I grabbed, I got a deal with all the Russian guys out of Brighton Beach. You know, they were my partners too. They were great partners.
Like, can I stop you real quick? What does it mean as a captain? Do you have people under you?
Yeah.
That's what.
I'll tell you the rank. You got a boss, an underboss, a capo regime, you know, a consigliere, and a capo regime. The capo regime is a captain. And then the next official position is soldier. So when you come into the life, when you take the oath, you become a soldier. And then you either stay that way or you go up from there.
And when are you made? When are you a made guy?
You know, listen.
At any point?
No. You got to go.
You can't be a soldier.
I'll tell you what happened.
I guess.
When my dad sends me, now Joe Colombo had been shot, if you remember.
70s, right?
Yeah, 71. And Tom DeBello was the new boss. He took over. He's dead now. And I sat with Tom, and he says, Mike, I got a message from your father. He said, you want to become a member of our life. Is that true? I said, yes. He said, here's the deal. From now on, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're on call to serve this family. That means if your mother is sick and dying, and you're at her bedside, and we call your service, you leave your mother, you come and serve us. From now on, we're number one in your life. Before anything and everything. When and if we feel you deserve the privilege, the honor to become a member, we'll let you know. And you're in a recruit period where you have to do anything and everything you're told to do to prove yourself worthy.